And we're live.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So this is your update on Michael this morning. The new advisory just came out. Still has sustained winds of 145, making it a very strong Category 4 storm, but it looks like further intensification is still possible before it makes landfall. This is going to be an absolutely devastating storm, leaving communities obliterated along the coast of North Florida. It'll probably be making landfall somewhere around Mexico City Beach, Mexico Beach, up here in the panhandle of the state, just south of Panama City, perhaps in about 3 or 4 hours. Storm surges of maybe 13 feet are possible with the storm system as it gets closer. A very symmetric eye wall with a clearly visible Gulf of Mexico right through the center of the storm. Category 4, 145 mile an hour winds moving north-northeast at about 14. It's picked up some forward speed, so I would suspect that it'll be making landfall sometime between 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that. As it moves to the northeast, it'll get very close to the city of Tallahassee, and a large area of North Florida will experience tropical storm force winds, as will it a large area of north central panhandle experience hurricane force winds. No doubt Tallahassee has about a 50 or 60% chance of seeing some hurricane force winds as the system lifts off toward Georgia, possibly entering Georgia as a Category 2 storm later tonight, and then exiting off the mid-Atlantic coastline by later this week, probably on Friday or so. We'll watch it continue to spin. As you can see, there are just absolutely amazing radar image here of the little vortices around the eye wall spinning around, and explosions of thunderstorms all around the center. A very symmetric storm tapping in off that warm Gulf waters. We're starting to see some of the feeder bands move in across the Florida peninsula as well, even into our area. We've seen some spinning and rotation in some of the cells, and there is a tornado watch up for parts of North Florida. How amazing the center of the storm and symmetric it is as it lifts up, and the explosion of thunderstorms as it lifts up toward the panhandle of the state. The area here in red outlined is our tornado watch box. It's in effect till 5 p.m. this evening. Does not include us. It goes from about Tarpon Springs northward, and you can see some of the rotation in some of these cells that our Doppler radar indicates as these spinning markers. Some of them have produced tornadoes, and we had one tornado warning for Levy County earlier on today, and in fact it's this cell right here that is now moving inland. Locally, we had a waterspout formed near City Island. That was reported by a public observer, and the video sent to Bob Harrigan, posted on his Facebook page, and we have it on our website, mysuncoast.com. The cell itself moved rapidly off to the north and to the east. Unwarned, this waterspout formed quickly, and the shear markers visible as it dissipated, moving inland over Sarasota Bay. We have the potential of seeing more of that occur a little later on this afternoon, as we are in a very highly sheared environment, and these waterspouts can pop up really without warning. Wave heights around the eye of the system, 30 feet high waves around the eye of Michael as it moves northward. And some of the waves propagating outward have given us our high tides, which we have seen last night running around 2 feet above average, and we'll see again this afternoon with high tides. Here are a couple of them. Anna Maria high tide comes at 1:39, followed by another high tide coming in at 12:41 after midnight. And Siesta Key, or Sarasota Bay rather, also has one coming up at 2:28 this afternoon, followed by another one at 1:30 in the morning. Both of those tides could run above average, will run above average, but the one coming this afternoon has the best chance of probably seeing heights above normal tide of 2 to perhaps even 3 feet, creating again some of that nuisance flooding that is existing out there on the barrier islands.
Okay, thanks, John.